Hello my people. Today I have a super important video for you guys. Um, I'm here again to give you guys an update on my health and my body odor journey. If you have watched the other videos on my channel, then you know about my legendary treatment for TMAU and body odor, that is homemade kombucha. Years ago I started drinking homemade kombucha and it helped me to treat my bad fishy odor. Today I live a completely normal life thanks to kombucha. However, in this video I will be talking about something important, and it is that I am not completely cured of my TMAU condition. So, alright, so what do I mean with that? Is my odor gone? Do I smell good? Yes, my odor is gone and I smell good. And ever since I found about kombucha, it's been the case that I've been smelling really good. But however, I am not completely cured of my TMAU because this is something important that I haven't talked about in this channel. But if I stop taking probiotics for too long, my TMAU slowly starts to come back. So this video is about that. I'm gonna talk about that and explain what may be happening to me. But in any case, guys, don't worry about it. I live a completely normal life, like as I said before, so it's really not a big deal. However, the fact that my TMAU condition is not completely gone means that I have to take more care of myself. I need to keep taking probiotics. I need to keep eating healthy, and if I don't, that's when I notice my symptoms returning, which is what I will be talking about in this video. So yeah, I hope that was a good intro to this. Let me dive in. Okay, before we dive in, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional, and this is not medical advice. This is just my personal experience. And another thing is that this is not a monetized channel, and I will never promote any products or any solutions to your body over here. I do not intend to make any money with this. So the reason why I've made the decision to never monetize this or never promote any products or affiliate links is that I want you guys to be sure that this is just my personal experience and that I'm being honest. So all right, let me just give you let's start by let me just give you a quick overview of my whole situation right now. So basically, as long as I take probiotics and as long as I keep up with my treatment, then I live a normal life. But if I stop taking probiotics, then my tolerance for choline decreases, meaning that I cannot eat choline or I start smelling really bad. So the only way to keep smelling good is to take probiotics daily and to never eat way too much fish in one sitting, which I've noticed on many occasions that every time that my odor has come back, it happened after eating a lot of fish. And usually it also happened when I was not taking probiotics, or when I was not being healthy, or when I went out to party, or things like that are unhealthy. It's like, how can I explain it? It's like, it feels like the TMAU bad bacteria is somewhere still in my gut, and I'm not able to completely remove it, basically. And when I take my treatment, it goes into remission, which means like the disease becomes weak, and I don't have any symptoms. So the disease is usually in a state of remission, and whenever I stop taking my treatment, whenever I stop doing the things that are important for my gut health, then it's like maybe like the bad bacteria starts to grow again or something. I have no idea, but probably something like that. And I start getting symptoms again when I eat foods like fish or eggs. So um, you know, that's basically my situation right now. And okay, so something important to keep in mind is that it usually takes like 2 weeks for my symptoms to really return and start to get bad. So 2 weeks without probiotics is how long it takes for my symptoms to to start to return and get really bad. And with that I mean like a fishy odor that you can actually notice. Um, so yeah, the solution is easy. I just keep taking probiotics daily, and that's the main most important thing to do. Um, Another thing that do nowadays that at first when I discovered kombucha I didn't do is that now um, I don't eat a lot of fish. I only whenever I eat fish I only eat like a normal serving, like one plate or something like that. Because when I eat too much, sometimes I notice a very mild, like, um, not necessarily an odor that's noticeable, but it's like a very mild, I don't know, like a sticky feeling in my armpits. So I feel like that's a very mild sign of TMAU. Um, so, yeah. Okay, so real now I just want to talk about where I was wrong before. Um, and like in my previous videos, I think I was wrong about some of the advice and some of the things I said, especially concerning my own body and my own situation um, with TMAU. In previous videos, I said that I could eat as much fish as I wanted and as much choline as I wanted without experiencing any bad body odor. And while that's 99% true, and I can, eat a lot of fish without any noticeable odor. I've come to learn that um, even when taking probiotics daily, I can only tolerate up to a certain amount of fish per day. If I go over that limit, then I can experience very, very mild TMAU symptoms, but they're still there. Um, so the solution for that is simple. I simply, you know, I you know, moderate the amount of fish that I eat per day. I make sure that I don't eat too much in a single day, and that's the only thing I need to do, other than taking probiotics daily, to make sure I smell good. So yeah, in previous videos I made it seem like I could eat as much fish as I wanted, and after discovering kombucha, it made such a huge impact that I think I didn't notice any odor after eating fish, because the odor it caused was so mild or unnoticeable that I maybe wasn't even able to notice. Um, so if I were to eat fish right now, a lot of it, the odor that it would cause, it would be very, very mild. It would probably not even cause any odor, just a very mild sticky feeling in my armpit. But I see that as a sign of TMAU, obviously, because it didn't used to happen to me before, and it only happens when I eat fish. So anyway, just something to keep in mind is that um, if you were dealing with very bad body odor because of TMAU, and then you started taking probiotics, and you got rid of your body odor, and you got rid of most of your body odor, but you're not completely cured, then that's normal. In previous videos, I made it seem like I cured myself permanently, but it's not really the case. So I just wanted to be clear about that, and in this video. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, of course you can ask in the comments down below. Now let's move on to my next point. Okay, so to make sure you guys understand my whole story and my entire journey, I created a short, kind of cringe video that will basically just show you my story from beginning to end and how I got here. So I'm gonna play that video right now. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and if you need help treating your body odor, there's a video I made about 10 tips to treat your body odor. That video is pure gold. Go watch it. There's some final thoughts I have. Just wanted to say that when watching my old videos, just keep in mind that for example, there's a video where I said I permanently cured myself and how to permanently get cured. Keep in mind that I didn't actually get permanently cured. I just treated my body odor. So that's something to keep in mind when watching my old videos. However, the advice in my old videos is it's like the advice on how to treat your body odor, and the tips are really good. So if you drink kombucha and you do all those things, it's really gonna help you with your body odor. Yeah, I hope everything's clear now, and that you are well informed on my current situation, which was my goal with this video. Thank you guys, and see you next time.